I decided to make my set super festive. Thank you, Target. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for tuning in to another Rina K YouTube video. I am back after a little bit of a break because yesterday was James's birthday, and the week before that I traveled with my mom to teach at Scrap Mania in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. So I had to take a little break from video making so I could travel and freak out about my homework. So today I have a really cool video for you guys. I decided to get my Christmas cards out of the way for all three of my friends. I am going to make a card today using two sets. One of them is called Old Fashioned Christmas and the other one is called Baby It's Cold Outside. And I will be using those sets and their dies to do a cool embossing layering technique, and you guys will see it. I'll show you how to make one video with my normal commentary, and then the other cards I'm going to just show you quick and with cool music again. They're really pretty and they were fun to make, and I hope you guys like them. Okay, so if this paper looks like it's slanting off to the side, I'm being blinded by lights as well as I am a human being and it's hard to just line them up. But these are the colored cardstocks and white bases that we will be using to create these cards. This is Christmas Pine cardstock and ink. Probably should have put this in the order that it was supposed to be. This is Red Velvet paper and ink, and this is Sea Glass paper and ink. So all the colors will correspond very well with each other when we use the background stamps on the card. For my red card, I'm using this like musical notes pattern. I don't know if this is an actual song, but it will be on our card. And then I have the snowflake one. This one was cut a little obscurely, but you know, I guess that one's for me. Then I also have the script writing one. I don't know what this is saying. This could be like a manifesto of some psychopath, but we wouldn't know because it's decorating our cards very beautifully. So I will be using those on the white pieces of cardstock. I have these at 4 by 5 1/4 of an inch, I think. Do you hear the certainty in my voice? These are 1/8 of an inch shorter on all sides than this one. It's hard to just say all those words all at once. My brain like can't do the math. So over here I have the Versamark ink that we'll be using with the Gina K Designs Fine Detail Gold embossing powder. And the stamp sets that we're going to be using today are called Old Fashioned Christmas. It has these big images that we can use the dies that come with them to cut out, as well as this is Baby It's Cold Outside. So we're going to be using this snowflake and this attachment that you add to the snowflake. So yeah, we'll be doing that. And I'm going to show you guys one card all the way through and provide my commentary, and then I'm also going to show the other ones a little sped up and maybe some commentary here and there, but they're going to be sped up a little more. Alright, so we're going to do the blue card for now. I started to dismantle my setup of all my products, and I forgot this one. This is the Gina K Designs and Thermoweb White and Gold Sheer Satin Fancy Ribbon, and we'll be using this on all of the cards as well. Okay, so this is casting a little bit of a shadow, so this is the Fine Detail Gold embossing powder, and I'll just move that for now. This is the Versamark stamp pad, and this is the Sea Glass ink cube that we'll be using. And these are our two dies. As you can see, they are a little hard to line up, but I'm going to show you how to line them up a very easy way. But we are going to start with cutting out our images on the white piece of cardstock, because we're going to stamp them on here where we want them, and then we're going to use that image to line up the die, and then we're going to create the outline with the die and then stamp the image on the blue part. It might not make any sense right now, but I will show you. We're on this journey together. So right here I have the stamp set, and we're going to start with the biggest image, I believe. My stamps look a little gross. It's because they are. Look, I have a sock on my craft table right now. So we're going to take the Sea Glass ink and put our inked up image. I'm going to put it about here, I think. Like that. Okay. And I have not moistened my tidy towels. Be right back. Okay, she's fresh. So clean that off along with my acrylic block that I should have done before I started filming. And now with that image, it comes with this little attachment to put right here. So you just have to make sure that all the lines of this stamp line up with the points right here of this stamp. See, a lot of stamps require you to line up the points, just like my mandala maker. I think that's the spot. And now we're going to stamp it. Feel free to use a Misty. I like to live life on the edge. You know, it really doesn't matter, and you actually don't have to do this step, but I just wanted to show you how the stamp stamps because it's really cute. The stamp set actually features 2 other style snowflakes that have corresponding little ones that match them, so that's really cute. So we're going to take our tiny stamp that corresponds, and I'm going to put that next to this stamp. I'm actually going to overlap it a little bit. I'm going to go like here. So when I end up die cutting these, it is going to look a little weird for a little bit, but that's how my stamping videos usually go. And remember, it doesn't matter if these are perfect. This is just where you're putting everything else. And then I'm going to put the last one about here. I have no room on my desk. I had room for a sock, but I don't have room for my stamping stuff. So now I'm going to cut these out, and the best way to do it is to make sure all of the diamond points of this snowflake line up with the point of the die. You see that? So we're going to cut that out. Don't worry if it takes off a little bit of this snowflake, it's fine. You don't have to worry about it. But after that, you're going to outline the tinier die, which is a little more challenging, but you just follow the same thing. With these, I'm going to cut them out, and then you'll see when it's done. Okay, so I just wanted to show you guys what these images look like cut out. This one had a little mishap, but if you can look past that and still love her, do you? I cannot. And we have these 2. They look pretty good, and I think I'm going to use these to decorate the inside, which I will show you after, but we're not going to focus on that right now. We're going to focus on this. This is what matters. This is going to overlap with this like so, as you can see. We're going to be stamping these images that we stamped on here before inside the shape right now that we've created with Versamark. And we're going to line it up perfectly, and I'm going to show you how to do that. Gotta get that eyelash out of there. Okay, so not pictured is all the tape on my Misty that is holding my wreath builder on the other side in place, so I can do emergency wreaths if I have to. But right now we're going to use this gridded side. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit of tape. As you know, I use the dot runner tape because you can take it off very easily if you have to, which is what I will be doing to accomplish this. So I only put a little bit of tape on, but I'm sticking the image where I want it to go. So you can see if that looks even, and it doesn't. Give me a sec here. So once you get it lightly on there, put a magnet on it so it does not shift in any way, shape, or form. Next I'm going to take my dust bag, cornstarch pouch, and I'm going to put it over that spot. Hopefully that's enough. You actually should do your dust bag before you place it down, so give your girl a sec here. So I used my dust bag on the sea glass cardstock and then placed this over top with the sticky glue because I did it wrong. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take our stamps, and I'm going to start with the tiny ones because we're going to emboss those ones first because we want this one to be underneath the big one when we stamp that. And this is very easy to line up. If you get these snowflakes with this particular die set, they're very easy to line up and stamp pretty nicely. And I'm going to use my Versamark. Okay, and that's stamped there. And now clean off your stamp and place that same stamp in this cutout spot. Okay, perfect. And now we're going to take this off, remove the white part. And don't worry about this, this will be covered. But we are going to now cover that with the gold embossing powder, and then I will be right back. Maximize your craft tools. Use the card you're using for the project you are now working on as a tray. So this is what this looks like right now. Pretty. And now all you have to do to line up that big stamp with Versamark is line up your dies with these already stamped images, and you can do the same exact thing. I'm actually going to be using white embossing powder for the bigger snowflake. I know I didn't include that with the product list, but I'm using it. Okay, so same deal here, pretty easy to line up. You just have to stamp twice. And if you don't feel comfortable with putting more cornstarch on before you place your white paper over your embossed images, feel free to do that. I did not because I didn't feel uncomfortable, which is code for I forgot to do it. Make sure that's really on there. Okay, and now I'm not going to move that. Hopefully that works. Okay, now same deal. Remove and apply the embossing powder. Now for this snowflake I am using white, but I'm also going to mix a little bit of this frozen prismatic glitter into the embossing powder, which will give a nice glitter effect and will hopefully emboss okay and not burn down my house. So that looks like that when it's done. And now I took out my foam pad and I'm going to replace it with a background stamp. This is the script one. And now I'm going to put the card face down over the background stamp. Now I don't know if you have seen how I do this. It can't be right, but it's what I'm going to do. So I stick my piece of paper onto the lid of my Misty, and then I ink up the background stamp and stamp it down. And it actually works pretty well. But what doesn't work well is this ink cube with the background stamp. So I'll be here for another 45 to 50 minutes getting this appropriately inked. And now I'm going to place it and pray that I applied enough. Yes! So, I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty sure the writing is upside down, but do I have time to redo this? I actually do, but I'm not going to because I'm not going to tap out because it still looks okay. So you can line it up and see how it's going to look. Beautiful. And now we can move on to the process of putting the ribbon on here and then stamping the greeting. Okay, so before we glue this down for good, I'm going to apply ribbon to the white part and put it about midway between the bottom of this last snowflake and the bottom of the paper. I'm going to hold it very taut and flip it. And then I can put some tape right there and seal it down in place. See that? See how taut that is? And then you can just cut these fringes. The back of my cards are so ugly. Like the parts that get like glued down, they get destroyed. Nobody can know the truth. If you ever want to know how messy I am, rip apart the cards I've made. You'll be shook. Also, if your card's warped a little bit on the inside from embossing, just remember to put tape around the edges of the die because that will ensure that they don't flip up at all. So that is the front of our card for now. I'm going to cut a tiny, maybe 2-inch square, 1-inch square right here, enough for a greeting to fit. And I'm going to be using a greeting in the stamp set. So the greeting I'm going to select is Thanks Snow Much, and I'll put that right there. Alright, so I cut a 2-inch by 1 3/4 of an inch square rectangle shape, and I'm going to put it right there with some pop dots. I love how out of frame I am right now, wow. I'm going to put it right there with some pop dots to give it a little more pop, and as you can see I embossed it in gold. I found the back of one of these pop dots in my drink the other day. So this is the finished card, except for the card base, which I also used as my embossing powder tray, and then it'll be done. So this is the finished card. Look at that shine. Oh my gosh, even the ribbon shines. And then as you can see, what I did in here is I added that little stamp that we used on this window here for the inside to make it a little decorated. And if you have someone in your life that has as exquisite handwriting as I do, get them to write the inside of your card. Ooh, yikes. Sometimes I add a line under stuff because I start writing slanted, and if I make the line straight, then it won't look slanted. So there you go. There's your card. Did I really just ruin the whole project with this? Awesome. So now that this one is done and you know how to do it, I'm going to show you the other two projects, but a little sped up and maybe with some nice music. Maybe not. I don't know. I got some comments saying my music sounded like a bad 70s movie in my last video. And you know what? I don't know what a bad 70s movie sounds like, but yeah, that's the soundtrack I'm going to use. So these are the finished Christmas cards, or holiday cards I should say. I hope you guys enjoyed them. They were really easy and fun to make, so you can crank these out for the holidays if you want with any set that you have with dies, but I like these sets and these background stamps. For last week's giveaway, I asked you guys how many cards you had made in one sitting, like what was your largest amount of cards you've ever made, and the winners are right here. So if you see your name here, remember to submit I won the Rina K giveaway to info@ginakdesigns.com, and we will send you your gift certificate right away. This week's giveaway, I decided that I was going to do something different because, where is it? My tidy towel fell victim to the red velvet of everything and the background stamp, you see that? So I'm going to give away 2 tidy towels to the winners of this week's giveaway. To win this week's giveaway, you have to answer the question, what is your least favorite part of the holiday season? I'm gonna go negative with it. I'm gonna ask you guys what you guys don't like about the holiday season. I don't like inflatable lawn decorations. Especially if you have like 2 or more, but that's me. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys liked this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Hopefully with Gina K, because I'm going home for Thanksgiving, and I know you guys like her more than me. I do too. So with that, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye.